Going for the medals here. And look at our various record holders. The great Seaman Rahman with a mark that I think is probably going to take a long time to get close to 310 Rio 2016. Konstantin Matsnev of the RPC, the European record. Well, that Asian record, Seaman Rahman's 310.
As still a young adult, I have a lot of anger. I have a lot of emotions, so I put all that into the bar, and when I lift the bar, you know, it's just power, power, power. Can you make me seem aggressive? Obviously, from past the accident, you know, all those things that happened to me, it still gets to me. Along the way, like, the anger kind of becomes into something positive, because it helps me push the bar, break the bar, as we say. The aim is showing that people with disabilities are kind of the same as people with able bodies. We can compete, we can, you know, do sports. We're all the same, but in our own unique ways, you know. Any sport, it can be your sport if you put your mind to it. You fight hard enough for it, it's yours.
I've been watching Brittany Renzi while I've been talking for the past couple of minutes about Seaman Rahman. Never mind, it's gone now. So we've got 6 in this field for the men's over 107 kilo final. We've got 1 in the next gen category. He's still only 18 and actually turns 19 the opening day of the World Championships in Dubai in August. It's Talib Zenalov of Azerbaijan. 8th in the European Championships here last year. Lifetime best of 151. And then he went on to the powerlift and did 155 for the next gen European record, which is 9 off going into this 18-year-old. So he's still got a good amount of time on his hands for this. 146. This is for the early lead. And it's only if things go wrong for those ahead of him where he'll be in with a chance of the main medals. Ooh, and it's the press sequence has gone against him from 2 of the 3 here. Now, he didn't miss a single mark in the European Championships here a year ago. He started at 135, got 143, 151, then nominated himself to the powerlift 155. Pretty sure each of his attempts actually was a next-gen European record. So he misses out on that. 2 from Azerbaijan, 3 from Georgia in this. It is 11:45 in the morning, Georgian time. Team competitions are on later, getting underway at 2:30, so in almost 3 hours' time. Anyway, while you are watching the pre-event videos, the world record in this, obviously that amazing 310 from Seaman Rahman at Rio 2016, and as tends to be for the Paralympic Games, I'm not on the powerlifting, but actually the athletics, and I remember that result coming through from the Rio Centro. I'm just thinking, wow, he was saying for a while he was looking to have something big in the bag. It was the largest mark that had ever been achieved in powerlifting, the first time anybody had gone above 300. And in terms of power lifts achieved all time by any human being, that's in the top 4. Now, Yago Gogadze is going to go for Georgia on 190. He's in the legend category. And with good reason. European silver medalist in 2018 in Berg-sur-Mer. 8th in the Paralympic Games in Beijing in 08. Based in Tbilisi, he was the first ever Georgian to compete at the Paralympic Games, that being 15 years ago. A couple of World Championships in which he's finished 10th. Most recently 2019. So this for 190. Gogadze has in his career gone a bit heavier than that, and all 3 have gone against him on the stop sequence. Ah, this is one to watch out for. He's just glided through that without dwelling on it. Oh, he should have. That's got a touch on the chest.
Loaders load the bar to
He's not done enough of it.
rack height 17.
So Gogadze is going to have to come back. Nobody's had a successful lift so far. Shemo Aslanov now for Azerbaijan. This great figure who celebrated his 40th birthday a couple of weeks ago.
For the first attempt,
Just at the end of March, actually. Gold in the Echo World Cup in Hungary in 2019. He's had the misfortune in 3 of his 4 championships not to register a mark. He finished 7th here in the Europeans a year ago, and he's aiming here for a lifetime best of 190 by 20 kilos. 170 is his previous best, which would have come last year. 160 in the opening round, then got 170 in the second. So going for 190 here. Well, he's got a chance of an early lead here in this World Cup in the last individual event. 24 nations entered. 108 athletes. Next World Cup will be at the end of May, Veracruz in Mexico. There will be coverage of that. So watch out for that. So Aslanov, 190. A lot of power on display. And Shemo Aslanov is into the lead. A good lift, 190. And he has avoided the issues that have struck the others today. Aslanov, 190, a new lifetime best by 20 kilos. Well, he's got a chance of a medal. What a striking lift. There were 4 men who got beyond 200 in the European Championships last year in this weight category. Aslanov is going to aim to do that today.
For the first attempt, representing Georgia,
Georgi Latsabidze. I think he's sufficiently warmed up now. He's looking to add 22 onto his lifetime best. .210 for the lead for Georgi Latsabidze. The Iowa's bronze medalist in December. Bronze in the World Cup here in 2021. Bronze in the World Cup in Bogota the same year. And in Abuja in 2020, he's been very good when it comes to World Cup activity. 6th in the Europeans last year,
1 minute.
which is where he set his lifetime best of 188. It was Georgian gold that day. Chekishvili, the coach, 210 for a whopping new lifetime best. Powerfully up. Didn't have much left on the clock, 15 seconds. We're going to go to the flags for this one for Latsabidze. And 3 white flags, and Latsabidze is in the lead. He's on 210, Aslanov 190. Whatever you may have seen come up in the screen, technical error, because the white flags would overrule that. And he was pressing all the right buttons, Latsabidze, with that attempt. So 210 in the lead for Georgia. Very decently done. We've only had 2 successful attempts so far, but he in front in Tbilisi. So now for the United Arab Emirates, the penultimate attempt in this opening round for 211. Ahmed Al-Bloushi, the Asia Oceania bronze medalist in Pyeongtaek in Korea last June. 6th in the previous edition in Kitakyushu in Japan in 2018, and 6th in the edition before that in Almaty in 2015. He was 8th in Jakarta in the Asian Para Games in 2018. Remember, the next edition of that is coming up this year, delayed due to, well, you know why. He's looking to add 14 onto his lifetime best. He's competed at 2 Paralympic Games, no mark in either. His best finish in a World Championship, 10th in 2017. Flag bearer for the UAE in Rio for the 2016 Paralympic Games, and while competing at London 2012, picked up an injury in competition that needed 3 operations to fix. This would be a contributing reason as to why he was in the start list for the Asian Para Games in 2014 but didn't start. And effectively he was out of proper competition for 3 years.
1 minute.
Four of the 6 of major championship medals to their name. Bloushi 211 in the legends category now. He turns 40. No, he doesn't. He turns 50 next December. Looking to keep that under as much control as he can. And he's made it work. That is a good lift. 3 out of 3 for Ahmed Al-Bloushi. Leads on 211. What a good effective lift that was.
20 kilos, rank height 18.
And in the end, nothing to worry about. The body's shaking a bit, but he's kept that within permitted lines. So one to go in this opening round, and it is the European champion from here last year, and he literally is from Tbilisi anyway, Akaki Jincharadze. The 35-year-old from Tbilisi, the European champion, lifting 228 in that. That is his lifetime best. And he's starting here with 220, so he's going big. European record is 243 from Konstantin Matsnev from the World Championships here in 2021. Bronze in the 2018 European Championships in Bergsumer, 4th in Tokyo at the Paralympic Games, having been 9th in Rio. His best World Championship result, 6th here in 2021. Silvers on the World Cup circuit in Bogota and Manchester. Manchester World Cup is back next year. We're told just before the Paris Paralympic Games.
One minute.
So Jincharadze, 220. He's done this before.
No lift.
But the stop sequence has stopped him. 2-1 against, and from both side referees. Wow. Well then. He only missed out in the last round last year. He started at 2-2-5 and got that in the Euros, and that set up an advantage. It was overtaken by Faruk Öztürk of Turkey in 2-2-7, then he reclaimed the lead with 2-2-8. So let's watch from the side. From the head on, that works. Watch the stop. Has to properly touch the chest. It has to remain static between the downwards and the upward movement of the bar. It didn't sink into the chest. That's not allowed. If you give it an unnatural push, then you'll get the vote down on that. It also contributes towards it being an illegal press. So we've had 6, with only 3 of those 6 attempts good.
Azerbaijan.
Leading on 2-11, Ahmed Al-Blushi, UAE, 2-1-1. Second, Georgi Latsabidze, Georgia, 210. Third, Shamo Aslanov of Azerbaijan, 190. Here comes Talib Zaylanov of Azerbaijan into his second round. Notable thing, I would say, for when I started off working on this at the World Championships in Dubai in 2014, back then you had a lot more fouls given very early on in the competition. You tended to have, realistically, I think actually a lot, probably going in too high, too heavy in the opening round, and struggling. You don't get as much as that of that anymore. It's kind of curious that we've had half the field miss their opening attempt in this. So Zaylanov, 146, 9 off his European next-gen record. He missed this in the opening round. Zaylanov for his second attempt has missed it again. Stop sequence, 2 out of 3. Say no.
Loaders load the bar to 195 kilos, rack height 17.
So this will be an angle that will tell us a lot. I think should be selling the lift a bit more, obviously. Don't give the opening to be given a red flag. This is within his capabilities.
Iago Gorgota!
He's lifted 10 kilos heavier than that in the past year, past 8-9 months. So, Zaylanov, who missed in the first round, misses in the second round. Iago Gorgota, who missed in the first round, trying to make sure he gets this on 195. And our referee on the left here, Russell Willey, the former European champion. They've still got plenty of time to get those strappings well secure. So Yago Gogadze going for 195, his lifetime best being 205. This to get on the board. He hasn't. Press sequence, all three against. They're not having a time of it today.
Loaders load the bar to 200 kilos, rack height 17.
Stop sequence fine, press sequence. They all found fault with.
The second attempt representing Azerbaijan, Shamo.
So Shamo Aslanov is in a bit of a better position of strength here. He's lying in third position on 190. He pitched himself with the second lowest mark in the opening round, but he's in the bronze medal position right now. And that was a lifetime best of 190 previously, so obviously he's going for another one here at 200. He would still stay in the bronze medal position, but there's only one who could knock him out of the medals in this round. So Aslanov for 200. Got his first mark very, very impressively. Aslanov for 200. Ah, he's got that right. 2-1 in his favour. He leads in terms of the total lift. He's got both his marks in. And that is proving to be a very difficult thing to do today, even to get one. He's doing it right. And that's his second lifetime best of the day. He's added 30 onto it. And the sky is the limit. Aslanov, who had no mark in the Paralympic Games in Tokyo, has certainly got marks here, and no marks in his last World Championship either. So, Georgi Latsabidze currently in the silver medal position, and this to go into the gold medal slot. The Iowa's bronze medalist in December, 6th in the European Championships last year, and no mark at the Worlds here. Went for 2:15 twice and 2:16 at those World Championships and didn't get in. He's got 2:10 already here and going for 2:15 now to go above Al-Blushi. was a mammoth field here of almost 30 in those World Championships. So that's a Tbilisi for 2:15. He's got that powered up. 188 is lifetime best going into this. This is stratospheric beyond that. And it's good. 2-1 for Tbilisi. He goes into the gold medal position now, above Ahmed Al-Bloushi of the UAE, who goes next. Tremendous lift by Tbilisi. Working hard to keep that under control. Getting a satisfactory lock in.
Loaders load the bar to 216 kilos, rack height 18.
So for now, he's in the gold medal mark. Georgia 1, UAE 2, Azerbaijan 3. But Ahmed Al-Bloushi has an instant right to reply. He goes next for 2:16. For what again would be a lifetime best. The top three have all secured new lifetime bests and have gone through the 200 barrier for the first time. Aslanov just a few minutes ago. Tbilisi and Al-Bloushi doing it around one.
For the second attempt, representing United Arab Emirates, Ahmed Khamis Al-Bloushi.
So Al-Bloushi, 2:16 his target here. He's been around for quite a while. That's Asia Oceania bronze. Capping for now what's been a tremendous career. He is 49. .211 in the Fazal World Cup at the end of the year, which was a nice local enough event for him, as the World Championships will be at the centre. Athletes of determination. 2:16. Al-Bloushi to go back into the gold medal position. Nice strong lift, still at 30 seconds left on that. Oh, he's not got that. It's the press sequence from two of the three referees, and Al-Bloushi is denied. So it's still the silver medal position for him, having led at the end of the opening round and overtaken by Georgi Tbilisi.
Loaders load the bar to 222 kilos.
No success for him.
Height 18.
So Georgia 1, UAE 2, Azerbaijan 3. So what's that press? Obviously we're dealing with immense weights and the limit of human capability, more or less. Best example of that is the world record in this. And if this next attempt is successful, then it will be Georgia 1 and 2 going into the final round. The European champion, Akaki Jinchiradze, with that mark of 2:28 to win the European title here for the first time. Georgia's first European crown it was. They've had a very successful week here. Ahmed Razamazar winning the 80 kilo final, edging out Donato Teleska. So Jincharadze at 222. European gold and bronze in the last two championships. That I was gold in December. So he's in form. Can he show that form, having been voted down in the previous round? It's Jincharadze, all the twos. 222 for the Kaki Jincharadze. And he's into the gold medal position.
146, rank height 16.
Georgia 1 and 2 it is. Jincharadze leads. Latsabidze in the silver medal position. And he showed that lift off perfectly. Still got one red light against him, but the other two were very much in his favour, and that's it. Jincharadze into the lead, 222. Latsabidze 215. Al-Belushi now third in 211, and Aslanov knocked down into fourth spot on 200. And that is lifetime best, so he's not going to be able to leap up too much more than that. Zay Nalov likewise, having had all of those next-gen European records last year at the European Championships. He's stalled on 146 here, 9 below that record from last year. So this for 146 for Zelenov to get on the board. 4 out of the 6 have been successful so far. He's really raced into this on the bench. Has he got that straight? He has. He's on the board. 146. He'll get medals for the next gen competition for that. Third time lucky. Well, he struggled on that a bit. He is entitled to go for a next-gen record in the power lift if he wishes to, because he's been successful in this third round. And he avoids a wipeout. He avoids bombing out. He was not confident about that one, but
For the third attempt,
the referees were.
Georgia,
So that means there's only one man now without a mark, and it's Iago Gogotsi of Georgia. And he's aiming to leap up into 5th place and to avoid a wipeout himself if he can. European silver medalist from 2018 in Bergsumer. That was a great result, actually. Just edged out of the medals here last year in the Europeans. Silver in the Iowa's World Games in December, which was a great result for him.
One minute.
So here he is, 195. That was kind of interrupted on the way up. What did the referee see at close view?
No lift.
2-1 against. No lift. And so he leaves without a mark. He still got a vote in his favour though, which was interesting. And Gogotsi, who lifted 168 here and finishing 4th last year in the European Championships, can stop so long as it doesn't interrupt the flow. As long as it doesn't go down, then your thumbs down all the way. He continued on the way, but he's not got that. A lot of red on the board. We've had 7 missed attempts out of the 14 we've had to date, and Gugudze is the one who's suffered the most. He's missed all 3. Zelenov missed 2. Finally got on the board with his 3rd attempt. Everyone else on the board by the end of the 2nd round. Shamo Aslanov could be the first to complete all 3 lifts successfully. He will finish in 4th. 2:05 is his target here, coming into it with a lifetime best of 170, so you wouldn't blame him for not aiming any higher than this. He's hit new planes in this competition. Maybe just past noon, Tbilisi time. It actually feels like the biggest crowd we've had this week. The crowd's very much akin to what we had at the World Championships and the European Championships here. Biggest crowds we ever get in powerlifting are obviously at the games, because you've got so many people who want to go, and crowds at the Commonwealth Games were sensational last year. Remember some of our Mexican friends telling us how huge the crowds were in Guadalajara for the 2011 Para Pan Ams, which we'll hope to see again in Santiago this year. Aslanov trying to keep that on an even keel. Oh, he's done it! Oh, he has done it! And he's got all 3 lifts. He goes into the lead in the total lift. Aslanov has got all 3 on a morning when so many have struggled in this competition. It's been his best ever performance. His 3 best lifts of his career have come today. Didn't he do well? Three lifts to go. 2:22 the lead for Jinchiradze.
For the 3rd attempt, representing
Nobody
Georgia,
else wants to go that high. The big battle now is for the silver medal, and this is the man in that position, Giorgi Latsabidze of Georgia, clearing 215 in his 2nd round. He's 4 kilos ahead of Ahmed Al-Blushi, who's going to go 1 higher, attempt to anyway, with the attempt after this. The Iowa's bronze medalist. So Latsabidze looking to defend his crown, looking to defend his silver medal. He will finish on the podium. Also at stake at this lift, gold in the total lift. Currently he's in the silver medal position in the total. He can still fall out of the medals in that, but if he gets this, he wins the total lift. It will be an unassailable lead. He's on 4.25, Aslanov leading in that 5.95. Behind him, Jinchiradze 2.22, Al-Blushi 2.11. 2.22, the number Richie Benno made famous. So, Latsabidze, 217. Nice blaze through that. Latsabidze started today with a lifetime best of 188, and he's gone 29 past that. He wins the total lift. He's in a stronger position in silver. He's got every single mark today. Latsabidze What a morning. What a man. 642, the total that he has lifted across his 3 attempts, and every one has been an ascending lifetime best. That's very, very good. Tbilisi is the only man who can deny him silver now. That was an immense lift by Giorgi Latsabidze. It is Georgia 1 and 2 for the moment. Here's a succession of World Cup bronzes, and I was bronze as well from a few months back in Portugal and Villarreal. Could it be a World Cup silver for him? Well, this is the man who can deny him that. Currently in bronze, Ahmed Al-Blushi of the United Arab Emirates, going for 218. If he gets this, he also goes up into bronze in the total lift and would win silver in the main competition. The total lift, a nice little additional prize added last year for rewarding consistency. So Al-Blushi, this is it. The Asia Oceania bronze medalist. So many close calls in his career where he was just edged out of the medals. But he came good in Pyeongtaek last year. Continental bronze. Now could it be a World Cup silver here? 218. To go above Latsabidze, to deny Georgia the gold and silver. He's got it raised. Now he's waiting for the referees to do their work. Ahmed Al-Blushi has not done it. No lift, 2-1 against, and it was on the stop sequence. And where I'm watching this with a naked eye, it's the head-on view, or the foot-on view, if you like. It's more apparent watching from the angle. So that's the view I've got, same as you. This is the one which tells us in terms of the stop where it went wrong. And he's just not met the chest with that enough. So only one mark for him, 211. He gets the bronze. Georgia have the top 2 places in the heaviest weight division. And the winner of it is the European champion, Akaki Jinchiradze of Tbilisi of Georgia. He's won it with 222, and this to add 1 to the bar. The total lift has been won by Latsabidze, who wins the silver overall. Silver in the total has been claimed by Shamo Aslanov, so that's a worthy prize. That's the reward for consistency. He's got all 3 of his lifts in. Jinchiradze is our World Cup champion with his second round lift of 222. And this to impress even more. Jinchiradze has punched through really well. 2-1 against the two side referees in the stop sequence, and they're the ones who would know. If you get all three against you in the stop sequence, then it's gone very badly wrong. He's won it. The two getting gold medals for the regular competition. Jinchuradze with a 2.22 and Zinalov in the next gen with 1.46. They're the only two not to have a lifetime best in this competition, but they get gold medals. There has been a Legends element as well. That's been claimed by Al-Blushi. He gets the Legends gold and the Legends total gold as well. But it is Jinchuradze who wins, 222. Latsabidze the silver, 217. Georgia 1 and 2. Al-Blushi the bronze, 211. Latsabidze wins the total gold in 6.42. Aslanov the silver. And it will be Jinchuradze the bronze in that. Sailanov wins the next gen with his lift of 1.46. Al-Blushi wins the legend category with his 2.11. But in the last individual event, with the team competition starting in 2 hours' time, it is a Georgia 1-2 to wrap up the individual element for Tbilisi 2023. And the victory ceremony is on the way.
Are you a little bit tired?
Getting there. It's been a long weekend.
Yes. This your money. You have to mix teams and so.
Oh yeah, I have to do the teams as well.
Okay.
Or,
tomorrow you go to home.
Yeah, well, basically tonight, it's kind of, my flight's at about 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. Oh yeah, absolutely, and I can sleep all the way, yeah. But that's what they always do here. Like, for some reason, they fly through the night, and most of the flights are all night.
Yes.
So every time.
The victory ceremony for the World Cup Elite Men's over 107 kilos category. Please welcome the medalists. The medals will be presented by the International Foundation of Sport, Tourism and Youth, Basil Liabeltani, and the President of the Georgian Paralympic Committee, Rati Yontemashvili. The bronze medalist representing the United Arab Emirates, Ahmed Khamis Al-Blushi. For the silver medalist representing Georgia, Georgi Latabete. Gold medalist representing Georgia, Akaki Jenchatse. Rise if you're able for the national anthem of Georgia.
Great win for Jincharadze. Great result for Georgia, getting the 1 and 2.
Over 107 kilos medalist.
Talib Zelenov winning the next gen. He'll get his medals in the other presentation area off stage. It's a lot to be readied over the next couple of hours. Jincharadze takes the gold, 222. That's a bit to the silver, 217. Georgia 1, Georgia 2, UAE 3. Al-Blushi gets the bronze, 211. And he wins the legend competition also. And a vastly different result in terms of the total lift in this. Latsabidze taking the gold for Georgia, 642. Aslanov the silver for Azerbaijan, 595. That's a great result. And Jincharadze gets the bronze, 222. We are back in little under 2 hours' time for the team competitions. The women's team underway at 2:30 Georgian time, which is 12:30 Central European and Central African time. And that's 11:30 in the UK and Ireland, and everywhere else you can work it out yourselves. We'll be back with you shortly. What a brilliant individual competition it's been over the 2.5 days so far of this Tbilisi Para Powerlifting World Cup.